In these videos and several other videos, we want to talk about material and their settings. In the first step, we go into the material section, and as you can see, there are a lot of categories here that you can search and select the material that you want and simply apply to the objects in the scene. For example, in the metal section, you can select the item that you want and easily drag and drop on any object in the scene. Very simple. If you hold a mouse over any material of any category, a rendered image will be displayed, which will show you the best condition, the type and appearance of this material so that you can decide it easily. As you can see, okay, material picker, the important tool for material. We have to use this tool to go into the setting of the material and also select them from scene. Select the material picker, the shortcut is T. Easily click on any object to the scene and we can select its material. As you can see. The first thing I have to say before I start working with material is that I put reflection props, as you can see, on each material to make everything more natural, which is explained in detail in the previous lessons. Refer to them, please. Now, these items can be seen in settings when we select any material. There's a section in this view that shows the rendering of this material that will be changed with any changing of material setting. It is a real-time renderer. Click on these 3 points to access these options. You can duplicate this material, delete it, or rename it. And as before, you can add this material to library, your user library. This tick mark indicates that this material has been used in the scene. I mean, given to the object. If you click on this option, I mean multi-material, singular multi-material, can change between them. Shows all materials in the scene, both used and unused. And all these options together are many settings that will be explained one by one. All these options are the same in all material. In some, it is a little different. Some do not have the same this option and some have more option. Click on this plus sign to start creating new material. Okay. Then we can put it on this plane by clicking and dragging on this plane easily. In the color section, you can select any color that you want and change the brightness, change the color here. There are more options. And there are more settings here. The texture, you can select and place any image, I mean texture that you want. Click it, select open. Note that because, and select one of these texture, for example, this flower. Okay. Note that because we have already selected the color, it is on a texture. Return to the color and return the color to white and light to see the color of the texture. Opacity mask. The opacity mask we can on or off is for placing a PNG texture. For example, we go into the texture and select this PNG flower. This is one PNG flower. Okay, we can go back in a scale and you can control the dimension of the texture, as you can see. You can scale it down. You can type any number. Return to more. As you can see, when we turning opacity mask on or off, you can use PNG or not. Okay, luminosity is for setting brighten or darken the texture. Now we return to the texture, to the default, texture to default. Now we'll give in this sphere another new material by clicking and dragging on it. You can rename it to my mat 2, for example. You can type any name. In the reflection section, you can control a reflection of the environment on the material. But if we go into 100%, as you can see, we have not a metallic material. But why? In a metalness, in setting, if you turn it on, the metal state is created. Okay, the metalness and the reflection are relative to each other. When return to the reflection, now by changing it, we can see its effect better. In the metalness, going to the more, in the metalness and the reflection, in the more section, we have a texture option here. You can give it a texture. With a black and white image, you can specify which area of this reflection to be given. For example, we select this image, this flower that is black and here is white. As you can see, in the color code, the black flower has not been metalness applied to it. Okay, this is a map that you can specify which area is metalness and which area not metalness. And the reflection is like this. In this plane, give this flower texture again a texture. We want to talk about the scale section. As mentioned before, you can change the scale of the texture, and in a more, we have lots of setting. You can rotate the texture. In axis, you can stretch the texture in Y or X axis, or you can move the texture in X or Y axis. An interesting part is speed. You can make an animated texture. You can specify a number for speed for moving a texture in X or Y axis, as you can see. You can make an animated texture here. Okay, it's enough. Here we will be explaining the rest of the option in next lessons. In this lesson, you learn the basic of the materials. Hello my friends, to continue these tutorials on YouTube, subscribe us, like us, and hit the bell icon. And now you will be alerted about all of the amazing videos that we release.